Hello everyone, this is Marta.
And this is Anna.
And this is You've Got 5 Options show.
Yes. Hello everyone.
We are so happy to be here. Even though Dennis is not with us anymore, we have a new technician.
Yes, thank God we have a new technician. His name is David. So as you can see in this radio station, we go for technicians with letter D. David, Dennis. There was another one, Daniel.
Yeah, but we also have had our fair share of lasses.
Yes, that's true. So it's either D or L, DL, LD. Interesting. Conspiracy?
Good deal.
Good deal. Yes, good deal.
But there is something special about that technician that we have right now. And there is actually a lot of special stuff about that technician. And I would like to touch upon at least two of them.
Okay.
First of them is that he is the guy that has been mixing, producing all the jingles that you have been hearing on the show. So you have heard about him and heard his work already before.
For a year, I think, almost.
Yes. Yeah. And he's particularly special to Anna.
Yes, he is, because that is that guy I live with and I have a child with. That's my life partner, my wonderful love of my life, I guess.
Oh you guess, or you? That's a surprise.
My life is only halfway there, so let's not make definite statements.
You're rocking it, Anna.
I think I should shut up, but yes, that's my wonderful life partner and my very, very good friend. I won't say best friend because Marta is sitting here. Dave, yes, I'm very happy that you are here with us, taking care of our show and taking care that we are on air and properly sounding out there to the world. And I like to point out another third very special thing about Dave. Dave is sharing birthday with my best friend Marta.
And that birthday is happening in 2 days.
Yes, exactly. So
the best day of the year, no?
The best day of the year, exactly. So it is quite a coincidence to have your life partner and your best friend sharing birthday, and thank God they like each other, because usually they are either able to do something together or because you don't want to choose between birthdays of such an important people in your life. But I think this year both of you guys, Dave, you didn't plan anything, and Marta, you planned your birthday party a week after, and it's only for girls, Dave, so I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry too.
I was considering putting my birthday party for girls only on my birthday, but I thought, no, I'm joking. I can't do it this weekend. My child is getting confirmed this weekend, and it would be just too much. However, I wanted to ask Dave how it is to be here with us.
It is nice.
Yes?
Yeah. Well, but we have done this before, haven't we?
In your studio.
In my studio.
Yeah.
We just haven't gone live, which I hope and expect it is going live.
Well, you can always
check.
Yes, you should check.
But they say here that we are going live. So
yeah, but we had a big history of not going live when we thought we are live, and actually it was usually Dave who was texting us like, guys, something is wrong. You are not live on the radio. So everyone who cannot catch us live on the radio for many reasons, technical or because you just cannot listen to us, remember that you can always find this show as a podcast on our webpage, the 5options.com, 5 as a number. Of course, it's a free access. And all the episodes that we have ever done for You've Got 5 Options are there with show notes, with all the information and links. So guys, please visit our website because it's quite awesome.
Yes, it is. Anna made it all by herself, so that's it about self-promotion and self-appreciation, which is very good, because today we are talking about something that we know very well about and are experiencing a lot of it. We are going to talk about dealing with very painful rejection.
Yes. I am afraid we are experts in this matter. Yeah,
It's been tough. It's been rejection boot camp.
Boot camp, yes. So welcome to Rejection Boot Camp with You've Got 5 Options, when we will tell you how not to kill yourself. Joking, it was too much. No, but it can be tough. And we, both with Marta, are going through a lot of it lately. So Marta have prepared a lot of cool material that I hope will cheer me up and cheer her up and cheer and guide many of you up, especially if you are dealing with rejection as well.
Yes, we do have a challenge as well. And at the same time, even though the challenge is quite a specific rejection, whether it comes to a rejection from someone you would like to date, like, feeling rejected after a breakup, or if it is because you were rejected from a job you were applying for, or if it's something related to your business, friendship, those steps can be applied to. And also, because it's so heavy, I have prepared also 5 ways how not to deal with rejection, so that we can cheer up a little bit, fantasize a little, and then, admit that maybe in a long run it wouldn't be the best way to do it this way. But let us start with the challenge.
Sure. So it's a double trouble today. 5 ways how to deal and 5 ways how not to deal.
Yes.
Marta, I love your resourcefulness. I think we will ask for the jingle challenge of the week. And Marta will read it in a moment.
A very challenging challenge of the week. So Dave has been enjoying the jingle he has prepared and dancing to it. And here you can see the similarities between people born on 23rd of August, because it was 2 of us dancing to the jingle and Anna was just sitting and drinking her water. So, okay. Yeah. But now let's... Sitting and drinking. Oh, we are live. Yes.
That definitely. Thank you for proving it to us and to all of our audience.
So
again,
it wasn't connected to my headphones. So.
It's okay, but at least we have now a 100% certainty that we are live. Something that we always struggle to have. So thanks for that.
Today is my first live show.
That's true.
As the new technician for the radio. So I'm very happy to share this very special moment for me with you too.
And that the show was not rejected by the broadcasting software.
Yeah, I didn't get rejected at all.
So some good news here as well. Okay, yeah. But let us hear the challenge that we have about rejection.
Let's go for it.
Singing is my passion, my truest, deepest source of fulfillment, and my way to express myself. It is very difficult to make it in this business, and I feel like I have tried it all. I have been going to auditions, I have been singing in cafes and bars, I have been organizing events myself, I have been working to fund my own single. It has been years of rejection, one after another, with just a few breaths of fresh air. Recently, I have become a lead singer in a band, and we were doing quite well. I have put all my heart and passion into making this work. I have used my network to get us to play at a concert, and when it started to look like we have a chance to make it, I was asked to leave the band, and someone I considered my very good friend took my place. It feels like a double heartbreak. I feel sad and angry, and frustrated and so immensely disappointed. I guess after years of rejections, this has been one too many, and I feel unable to pick myself up and keep on going. How do I deal with such a profound sense of rejection?
Holy shit.
That's a tough one.
I haven't read that challenge that we got for today.
And we don't know if it's a girl or a guy.
We don't know.
No, because
but I know exactly what that person is talking about, I guess.
So maybe that was Dave.
Because when you started,
that wasn't me.
when you started to read the challenge, thinking is my passion, my truest deeper source, I was like, so it's not Marta. And then I thought, is it Dave? But no, I would know. So, but it's I think it's specific, but the context, can be broadened into any type of rejection especially when you are trying to follow some goal and it looks like you are almost there. Mm-hmm. And then you get rejected. I think it can be double devastating. I completely agree. What is the name of our anonymous friend?
Let's give a name, Danny.
Danny. Mm-hmm. Okay. It can be a guy or a girl.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes, because you can be a singer. Yeah. You can be a singer, I guess.
Yeah.
And there is also the friendship part, where
sucks.
Where there is also a person that you considered a friend, so it can almost feel like a stab in your back.
True.
On so many different levels. So should we be very compassionate and go with the steps of how to work through that rejection, or should we make the atmosphere a little bit lighter and go with how not to deal with rejection?
I think the first thing, you know what?
Drugs, alcohol.
Those are not the options in the script that I see. But you know what? Whatever rings your bell. Marta, I think we should actually start with how not to.
Yeah, I was thinking there are we humans develop different coping mechanisms when it comes to rejection, and some of them are healthy for us, others not. Some are healthy for some people and not healthy for others. We are quite individual beings, and we don't judge the options here.
No.
So we provide them and you kind of choose what works for you.
Yeah.
So first, so we are going for how not to deal. And please remember, because they will be tempting to actually do them. So we are talking about how not to. So the first way how not to deal with a rejection is to take it super personally and make it a piece of evidence that there's something wrong with you.
That is a very, very good tip on how not to deal with rejection.
What about if it's personal and it have something to do with you?
Well, it can be personal, of course, and we can perceive it personal, on so many different ways. However, at the same time, we never know for sure if something is personal or not personal, because when we are dealing with another person who rejects us, we don't know what is happening in their heads and in their hearts. And we have a tendency to make a story that it is personal, in a sense of, I'm not good enough, there is something wrong with me, and so on. And let's take this case, where they have chosen another singer. You can easily fall in a trap of thinking there is something, I'm just simply not good enough. Mm-hmm. Whereas you can be just as good as the other singer, but the other singer can have a personality that goes better with that band. Mm-hmm. Or can have, it can be a matter of a vibe between the people. It can be a matter of, they feel together better somehow, they click in. So you can be even a better singer and that person can simply just click better. Or that person has offered something, maybe that person has a stronger network, has a deal with the, recording studio and brought it to the table, and you could be a better singer, you could be a better fit for the group, you could be, a really good fit, but that person has something, they can bring to the table, like a deal with the company.
The case of Pete Best and Ringo Starr.
Yeah, some
Beatles
got taken off and Ringo Starr was given the job.
Yeah.
In Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see, that can be that specific situation when it's so easy to take it personally, when it's so easy to make it that it just evidence of there is something really wrong with you, you're really not good enough, and so on. Whereas in fact, it can be something completely different, and it does not serve you to take it personally and make it a piece of evidence that there is something wrong with you, because you simply start beating yourself up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually, Marta, have to say I completely agree. And there is another thing that people tend to say in their head or sometimes out loud. How could they do this to me? You know, like, to me, it was done to me. And they have intentionally did this to do this to me, to hurt me. Usually that's really rarely the case. Usually people make decisions because they look for their best interest, and sometimes that best interest doesn't have you in a picture. And it is many times difficult to even communicate, listen, we are sorry, but you are not the right fit here. And I believe that the most people that they focus on in these situations, the people that are rejecting you, is how to say it so that person will not feel bad, but it's really not directed towards you. It's not an aim or attack towards you. It can happen. It can happen, but those are rarely the cases. And you can see it when you have to reject someone from something. And you know that you are not doing this to harm, hurt, attack, undermine that person, but because you are choosing something else. And you also go through this process of rejection. How can I inform that person? But it's very important not to fall into how could they do this to me? How could they betray me? How could they kick me out? Because I truly doubt that most of people think in those categories. We did it so that person will feel bad. We did it because we want to reject her, so she will feel bad about herself. So I think it's very, very, very important to say this is not super personal most of the times.
And also, even if it is super personal, going into those circles of how could they do this to me and so on, and going into self-pity and going into feeling like a victim, it just keeps on bringing you down. And how to deal will come in a moment. So that was just the first way we thought that maybe that's not the best way to deal with rejection. The second way is to use it to convince yourself that you should never try it again. Because now I failed badly, or
I have a proof now.
I have a big proof, and I have had all these rejections before, and now it's one too many, and it's the ultimate evidence. I suck, I should never try it again.
I totally agree, because that you usually do. I think that what happens in someone's head when you are at this point, when you are like, this is my ultimate proof that I should not do it, it's usually something that you are trying to use as an excuse not to try again because you are afraid of a next potential rejection. That's my opinion.
Yeah, so even use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
To never try it again. That is an even better wording. Yeah, if it's your, like when I'm reading your challenge, Danny, I feel a lot of compassion. It's a really difficult situation, and I can feel the pain in that description, and I can feel how difficult it is to even think of picking yourself up. However, you stated very clearly that singing is your passion, your way to express yourself. So using this as an excuse to never try it again does not feel like a good way to feel with the rejection.
It will harm you in the longer run if this is truly your way of expressing yourself.
Very good. And now I have a third way third proposal on how not to deal with rejection is to call every band member and beg them to get you back.
Don't do that, please. I'm begging you. Now I'm begging you not to do that. Very good point, Marta.
Yeah, they have taken their decision and trying to kind of like go to each of the members and trying for them to, to vote for you, to get you back and so on. Maybe it could work in some circumstances. Maybe it could show that you really care. However, it could potentially just make you feel bad or make you feel worse about yourself.
Because you might get rejected again. Yeah. Probably you would.
Yeah. And really, I'm not saying that it would never work and to never, kind of like try to get it back, what you feel you have lost. It could be applicable in some circumstances. However, calling and begging is maybe not my way.
Yeah, I think
rejection.
I think if they will see that they made a mistake, they will get back to you. And Marta, this is a very good point, because I think that we also have to make a distinction between asking for some sort of a closure or a feedback, especially with your friend there that took over. There is nothing in the challenge that mentions if you manage to talk to the band, if they gave you a good explanation. It looks like there is nothing there in place. So I think it's very healthy and rational and reasonable to ask them for a talk, or at least the friend, listen, yeah, I know it's how it is and I accept the decision. Tell me what happened. And just to close it down, so you're not sitting there and overthinking this, but calling and begging, take me back. And what if they will take you back? You might think that they took you back because you were begging, and you might have even more doubts. That's actually the very first challenge we have ever solved on You've Got 5 Options, was from a guy who was trying to break up with his girlfriend, and she was begging him to give him another chance, and through this begging she was sustaining the relationship, but he didn't want it to be with her anymore. And now put yourself in the shoes of people who you would be begging, and maybe they would get convinced because they will feel bad or sorry for you. But would you like to be in a band that kicked you out in the first place, and then you begged your way through it? I don't think you would thrive in an environment like this.
No. And the feedback part will be actually in ways how to deal with the rejection.
Yes.
So we'll come back
Sorry,
to that.
That's
okay.
I'm very progressive. So.
Yes, that's quite all right.
A little bit clairvoyant as well.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so number 4, how not to deal with the rejection, is to plan a nasty revenge. And that might be appealing.
Dave is shocked that this is on the how not to list. Come on.
I thought that was the only way to deal with rejection.
See, you will learn a lot here, honey. Yes.
It can be very tempting.
Yeah.
Especially when you feel very rejected. Mm-hmm. And when you don't want to look at those things. And when you're feeling hurt, wanting to pay it back with a revenge could be quite tempting. Mm-hmm. So I have a question for you guys, and especially for Dave. Why is that not a good idea to plan a revenge?
It can backfire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for example.
But that's the only one.
That's
revenge
the only
is
one. Yeah?
Yeah, I think that... I am not a how do you call it? Vindictive person, never was. However, I do, and I don't know, because I haven't read your options on how to deal. So I might be a bit of clairvoyant again. But I do have an instinct of a revenge. I think all of us have, especially if we feel very mistreated. So I usually do some kind of imagination exercise when I imagine how I would make a revenge. Or I even write a letter or something like that, full of, and then I don't send it. Okay, there was one time in my life when I sent a kind of nasty letter, but that person deserved it. Okay, that's actually questionable.
That's black magic,
But you are playing clairvoyant, but I ask you, why not to?
Why not to? Yeah. Because actually, after 3 or 4 days, when I do either, I thought about it or I wrote this letter, I felt more at peace. I accepted the rejection. And then I realized that I say to myself, thank God I didn't send out that thing. Thank God I didn't, try to act on my emotions, because it just adds up fuel to a fire that doesn't necessarily need to burn anymore, So actually that feeling of relief, oh my God, thank God I didn't do that stupid thing, because you get perspective after a couple of days. You start to really get a perspective, and you are like, okay, maybe that's a good thing. Or you get to the point, it was not really personal, or this or that. So I think the revenge is usually something that we do on a spot. Some people plan revenge, and like in Kill Bill, but I think those people have a certain... either there was something really bad happening to them and it was super personal, like in Kill Bill, or they actually have some psychopathic tendencies.
Well, I personally think about it in this way. Revenge can give you a moment of relief.
Yeah.
It can give you that moment of relief, but usually in a long term, it just adds up to feeling bad about yourself. Mm-hmm. So if someone did something that you feel bad about, and then you additionally do something that I don't know, is hurtful to another person, like, because there could be different types of revenge. I don't know, you can backtalk them, you could like talk badly about them or put bad reviews or, whatever kind of things. There could be different ways. It will just add on to feeling bad about yourself. And now the fifth way how not to deal with the rejection is to become like a close follower and stalker, and really get into the journey of this band, how they are doing, follow them closely and feed your misery.
Especially if they will turn out to be super successful, you will basically just put a salt on your own wounds, like they got rid of me and they made it big. Fuck.
Yeah.
Don't.
You should interview Pete Best.
Yeah.
I think we will get back to that at one point, but it's almost the same as stalking your ex who is now in a new relationship and he seems very happy with the new person. It's almost, what's the purpose of that? Like, why are you doing this to yourself? Okay, so he found someone else, he's happy, it hurt you. Move on, because you will find someone with whom you will be happy, and it doesn't have to be again personal. It's the same for me. It's the equivalent of that, and that's, I think most of us can agree, this is super, super unhealthy, and people get so much into this, stalking your exes and just checking up every day what they are doing and blah blah blah. No.
So
no.
5 no's from our side.
Yes.
And I think that it's a very good time to have a musical break.
Yes.
So that after a song, we can talk about how to deal with the rejection. And Anna, tell us about the song.
Precisely. And now I would like to ask Dave to tell us about the song.
Okay, I would like to ask Anna to tell us about this. Marta, to tell us. We should go in circles.
No, we should not go.
This song is a special song. It's by a good friend of the program and personal friend, Julian Maraboto, Mexican artist.
Yes.
You have him before, and you play a song for his band Los Fuegos, no?
Yes.
But this is the, I think, third release of his solo project. And it's a dear song. I recorded the song with him, so it's a dear song to me. And it's called Madrugada.
Okay.
And
Let's hear it then.
Let's hear it then.
Superman Music brings to you Artist of the Week.